Hey guys. So computer not fixed yet. Obviously, you'll know when my computer's fixed because it'll go right back to 2 videos a day. And the title of the vlog would probably be something like my computer's fixed. um, I'm not gonna make vlogs every day. As you can probably tell, I think I've went a day or two without posting a vlog. Um, the reason for that is I'm not really a vlogger or anything like that. I'm a let's play channel. So I'm not super comfortable just like sitting here talking to a camera. Um, so I'm only going to do these things when I have interesting topics to talk about or something really speaks to me. And I thought that today's topic should be something that is a question that I get all the time and is kind of a misconception, like a really big. Nobody really knows the answer to this question. And it's about my Fallout 4 reaction. Is that reaction legitimate? Is it a real reaction? Is that actually my personal reaction? Was it fake or anything like that? I get questions about it all the time. Funny enough, people who actually know me in real life are the people who think it's fake because you're going to learn a bit about me in this vlog, but almost my entire life, I've been a very closed off, maybe not closed off, but emotionally stable person. I don't get sad like ever. Oh, I didn't get sad ever. I never used to get sad. I would never really get mad. Um, I never really had any of those feelings. Like I've always been a very logical person. Um, you can tell by my videos, I'm a very science focused, logical person. So I usually think things out. I don't overreact. Um, and that was my life most of the time. So people who know me are like, you would never react like that to a video game, you know? I've never seen you cry and stuff like that. Uh, they're like, you didn't even cry when Nicole and you broke up, you know? Um, but you're crying to a video game, like so. People who know me thought it was fake, so I'm gonna kind of shed some light. It's not fake. That's actually my reaction. And there's something that's been really weird that's been happening to me over the past 4 or 5 months. Um, for some reason, after Nicole and I broke up, I'm a very like I'm a lot more emotional than I've ever been in like my entire life, and I don't know why that is, but it's like before I'm still very logical about things, but there are certain triggers. um, if you're aware of internet funny things, then you'll understand that there are a few things that trigger me that I've been finding out lately that will just randomly make me extremely emotional. So I'll go over a few of those with you guys right now. One that I've realized makes me extremely emotional is Fallout. For whatever reason, Fallout has always been a series, like a game series, that has gotten me through rough times, and I have a lot of really close memories. It's not my favorite game ever. Um, it's not my favorite game of all time or anything like that. I'm not super well versed in the lore or anything like that, but just the games have gotten me through hard times. For some reason, Fallout makes me emotional. Number two is actually my favorite game of all time, which is Mass Effect. Anything related to Mass Effect, I've played Mass Effect 2, which in my opinion is the best game ever made ever. Better than Chrono Trigger, better than Final Fantasy 7. It's the best game ever made ever, in my opinion. Um, Most people kind of agree. Usually it's in the like every single top 10 video games of all time list. It's somewhere in there usually. Um, because it's amazing. But Mass Effect is my favorite game series, and I get emotional
Like anything to do with Mass Effect will make me emotional. I've beat Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 um 13 or 14 times, and I've only beat Mass Effect 1 like 4 times. Because for the longest time I only owned 2 and 3, and so I just played those for a really long time. Um, which is why I beat both of those the same amount of times. But for some reason, I don't know why, but I just get really emotional. And every single time I play them, even though I know exactly what's going to happen, I still get emotional. Okay? Another thing that makes me really emotional, number 3, is something I recently discovered: Dragon Ball Z. For some reason, I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have so many childhood memories or something like that. But for some reason, Dragon Ball Z just like triggers me. Like, it's not even sad stuff. It's not even sad stuff in Dragon Ball Z. It's like the epic stuff, and I don't know what it is. It like none of these are sad tears. They're just like I'm overwhelmed with emotion tears. Like I don't know what it is. It's really weird, but like some people were wondering uh why I was sad about Fallout 4 coming out this year, and that's why I was crying. No, I wasn't sad. I wasn't sad. That's not why I was crying. I was just overcome with emotions, and I don't know if it's I'm really happy. Like I don't know what it is. But anyway, in Dragon Ball Z, um, whenever somebody's like powering up, like defying all odds, like that badass moment, like every time I see Goku go Super Saiyan for the first time against Frieza, I will cry. I don't know why. I don't understand why, but I will cry, and I don't know why. I can't understand it. Um, but like epic moments like those in movies, um, those make me cry. I don't know why. Like as I said before, I'm very new to all of these emotions. Like I never acted like this before. It's only in the last 5 or 6 months or something like that that I started acting like this. It's very weird for me. It You guys think it's weird for you. Imagine like not feeling that way at all, like not crying over stupid stuff. Barely ever crying. Like the last time that I remembered crying um was like 5 years ago, like a really, really long time ago. And that was when um, my girlfriend before Nicole and I broke up, and I cried. Like, and Nicole and I did it for 4.5 years, so it was a long time ago. It was like 5 years ago the last time I cried, so it's really weird. I don't understand it at all, but I just get overcome with emotions about this stuff. So, um, it was legit. It was legit to dispel any doubts. It was legitimate. I give you my word. It was legitimate. If it was fake, I would have probably said more things, but I was like speechless when I was. It was really weird. I like my entire throat was like I was choked up, and it was really weird. And I felt like if I said anything, I was just gonna start bursting out crying. Um, so yeah, it's legit. Another thing that I'd like to talk about really quickly is my persona on YouTube. Um, because some people think like, oh, the person in the video, the huge nerd reacts, that's just a character. If you know the YouTuber Boogie2988, he has himself, and then he has a character Francis, who's like this angry nerd person. So people think that there's myself, and then there's some character like the huge nerd character. Um, if that's kind of true, kind of not. Here's the thing with how I present myself on YouTube. Um, it's how I would describe myself on YouTube in these videos, in all my videos, is myself but modified. What I mean by that is the person that I want to put out onto YouTube, I want them to be positive. I want it to be an extremely positive person. And in real life, I am an extremely positive person.
But I don't want my personal flaws that I have in real life to be in my presentation on YouTube, because I don't want to have any negative like characteristics. I don't want my character on YouTube to have negative characteristics that people could pick up or anything like that. Which is why it is myself who I put out there, but it's modified. For example, I'll just give you guys an example. Like in real life, me, Zach, in real life, obviously I have my problems. Everybody has their problems. Everybody has their flaws. It's just part of who you are. One of my problems is I'm a huge procrastinator. Something a lot of people can relate to. But my character on YouTube, I'm not going to talk about on YouTube procrastination or how I do it or anything like that, because I don't want to negatively influence other people in any way. You might think, so what if you have a problem, so what if you procrastinate just because you put it in a YouTube video, people aren't going to follow it. You'd be surprised. People are very, I already have people, even with my small channel, who look up to me in a way. I get a lot of messages about people being depressed and stuff like that, and they look forward to my videos every day, and they look up to me, or they view themselves as friends or stuff like that. And it's a lot worse with, or not worse, but it's a lot more extreme with bigger YouTubers. People like PewDiePie, Markiplier, like those people are gods to certain people. And so you would be surprised, like me just putting out some of my negative personality flaws, people could pick up on them and it could negatively influence them. So the person that I put out in my videos on YouTube is me, but like the most ideal like version of me. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's kind of just the way that I do things. There's a reason that my Fallout reaction video, and here's a big hint into why I do this, is in my Fallout reaction video, there's a reason it doesn't say Zach reacts to the Fallout 4 footage. It's not just for clickbait. People see huge nerd reacts and they think, oh, that's just for clickbait. It's not just for that. It's actually a bit more complicated than that. The real reason behind it is if I put huge nerd reacts and people come onto the video like I knew that they would, and people are dicks and they're like, haha, making fun of this person, making fun of this huge nerd, then there's a detachment, It doesn't feel like they're making fun of me. It feels like they're making fun of the huge nerd who's reacting. And that's just a big thing why I have this kind of detachment from my personal self in my real life self, and myself on YouTube, is because there's that detachment. If somebody calls me a faggot on my video, then I'm not really going to be affected by that emotionally, because I'm like, okay, that's me on YouTube, like there's a detachment there. And so that's a big reason that I do it. But my personality on YouTube, my character, I wouldn't even say it's a character, because it is me. It's just like the picturesque version of me. They have a few other quirks as well that I don't have in real life, but stuff that just adds to the character and further makes them separate from me. I won't say what those things are, but there are a few things that I don't share with my character, a few like traits and stuff like that further separate us. So if people are rude to that character, if people say things about that character, it doesn't really affect me in real life. So I just wanted to clear some of that stuff up. I think this was a pretty important vlog to make, just because I get messaged so much asking me if it's a real reaction or a fake reaction. Hopefully that cleared it up. Hopefully this was somewhat interesting, and I'll come back and give you guys a vlog when there's something else I want to talk about.